Yeah, that's right. There's another Arrow video. What do you expect from a channel that just loves and loves Arrow? But yeah, we've got, I guess, some more Arrow news. Well, saying it's news is a little bit of a stretch. This is more like Arrow leaks, I guess. And this is kind of the first time I cover stuff like this. I did cover some Godspeed leaks from The Flash earlier on, but leaks I tend to stay away from because there's always the chance they'll change. There's always the chance they're not legit. A bunch of things like that. But this time, because it's Arrow, I feel like I want to cover them because they hype me up so much. Um, there's also some official stuff. Well, it's kind of official. It's more speculation than official, but from what we see, it's good to speculate. Um, so yeah, basically, we have this casting sheet, this leaked casting sheet from the first episode, which is called Starling City. In this casting sheet are listed a group of people. There's the main character. There are the regular cast up top, like William, Mia, Oliver, Connor, John, Dinah, Laurel, all of them, and Renee. And then at the bottom, we have a bunch of guest stars for the episode. Adrian, Tommy are two of them that we know. We have confirmation there in the episode. The other ones are Moira Queen, Malcolm Merlyn, um, Mark Green, who was the reporter from. He was the reporter in episode 1 that, remember, like, he goes, Oliver Queen is alive. And he's like, after a shipwreck in the North China Sea and whatnot, and he goes over Sarah's death, and then Laurel catches it in the lawyer place she worked. She, like, sees it there. He ended up being, like, pretty big part of the show, considering that Oliver Queen is alive thing was pretty much played at the start of every single episode from episodes 2 to 23 of the first season, and then he did show up in just random spots as random reporters over the years. I think his real name is Mark Green. I don't think the reporter himself actually has a name. I just know the actor's name is Mark Green. But yeah, he is in the episode as well, which makes me think that this is going to be a flashback of some sort, or just even an Earth of some sort that is very reminiscent of season 1 of Arrow. I actually tweeted out a couple of days ago that I believe that Adrian Chase and Tommy Merlyn are back in ways to connect to each other, considering that both characters have been Prometheus. It's possible that on whatever Earth or whatever timeline Oliver is in, is it Adrian Chase is the good guy, Tommy Merlyn is the bad guy. Maybe Josh Segarra is playing Tommy Merlyn and Colin Donnell is playing Adrian Chase. Could be a good guy Green Arrow scenario, or like Adrian's the Green Arrow, Tommy's Prometheus, something crazy that we're not expecting at all. There's so many ways they could go with this, and it's really interesting to me what they're doing, because there's also been a leaked image of set of Oliver, of Stephen Amell, with the season 1 war paint on that he would wear with the season 1 outfit, and he's wearing the season 1 pants. And there was also another bit where he was with fans and whatnot taking pictures, and he was wearing a very season 1 Oliver look. The haircut and everything was very much like Oliver in season 1 after he came back from the island. Which makes me all think that they're going to be doing something very, very similar to like a flashback to season 1, maybe a lot like the 100th, because on top of it, they're also filming at where the Queen Mansion is. So really they could go a bunch of ways. The only thing that we know about the premiere that doesn't remind me of season 1 is Adrian Chase showing up, because Adrian Chase didn't show up until season 5. So it could be like they could do this thing where Oliver shows up on this Earth. He's the Arrow because he's wearing the season 1 Green Arrow stuff, so we're going to be seeing something like that. And maybe like Adrian Chase is his version of Tommy Merlyn on this Earth. You know, he's just shown back after being on the island for who knows how long, and Moira was there, and maybe Malcolm. You know, we know that Moira and Malcolm had an affair during season 1 of the show. Well, they actually had an affair back during the years Oliver was away. Could be something like that. Maybe Malcolm and Moira are married on this Earth. Very similar. Oliver comes home to a situation very similar to what he came home to in episode 1. In episode 1, he comes home to Moira and Walter Steele being together. Maybe in this Earth, he comes home to Moira and Malcolm Merlyn being together. Adrian Chase is his version of Tommy Merlyn, and the real Tommy Merlyn could be, like, I don't know, a villain or in prison or something like that. There are so many interesting ways they could go with this. But yeah, I think it's either a new Earth or a new timeline scenario. I don't think it's a proper flash forward to season 1, especially since we know Agent Chase is part of it. I think if we didn't know Agent Chase was in this episode, I would say it's likely it's flashbacks to season 1. But the fact that Agent Chase is in it, I think it's likely it's something completely more bizarre. We also might be getting a new suit for Laurel. The green and brown suit that a lot of us have speculated is Connor Hawke's suit, because we know Connor Hawke is getting a suit, and it looks like Connor Hawke's suit. Mark Guggenheim came out again saying that no one who was interacting with the tweet got it correct. Then somebody underneath talked about how they wanted a suit for Laurel, and Mark Guggenheim replied with an emoji that suggests that the person isn't that far off the mark. Which is kind of weird that Laurel will be getting a new suit, because in present day she still wears the black sire. Well, in present day she wears the Laurel Lance suit from season 3 and 4. In the future, she still wears the Laurel Lance suit from seasons 3 and 4. It just wouldn't make sense for me that somewhere in between there she would get. Well, I mean, it's been what, 20 years. It's possible she'll get a new suit between then. I would be okay with it. Laurel is a character that's really underutilized in Arrow the last couple of seasons, so I would be fine with her getting a new suit. I think that it would be good to give her some limelight. Also, since Emily Bett Rickards or Felicity is gone from the show now, at least until the final episode. I know that they say she's done. No way. I think Crisis on Infinite Earths and the final episode of Arrow, she will be in. But yeah, now that Emily's gone, Katie Cassidy is the leading lady on the show, which would make Laurel the leading lady on the show. So I think it's likely that she'll get a huge step up in terms of writing, stories, and costumes. But yeah, that's all of the cool little news and leaks we have on Arrow. I'm super hyped to see this, to see where they go with all this. I can't wait. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you've got any ideas for Marvel or DC videos you want me to do, please let me know, and I'd love to do them. Please like, share, subscribe, and all that, and I hope you have an awesome day.